Course Overview Script, Financial Accounting Full Course. Hey, welcome. Before we dive into anything technical, I want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever looked at a company's financials and had absolutely no idea what you were looking at? Or maybe you're a small business owner trying to figure out where all your money actually went at the end of the month. Or perhaps you're a student staring at a textbook wondering why any of this even matters in the real world. Here's the truth. Financial accounting is the language of business. And right now, in a world where startups are being built in dorm rooms, where investors are scrutinizing companies more carefully than ever, and where financial literacy is becoming one of the most valuable skills a person can have, understanding how to read, record, and analyze financial information is not optional anymore. It is essential. This playlist is going to walk you through an entire financial accounting course, chapter by chapter, based on the textbook Financial Accounting. Whether you are a complete beginner or brushing up on concepts you studied years ago, this series is built for you. Let me give you a quick tour of everything we are going to cover. We start with Chapter 1, The Role of Accounting in Society. This chapter sets the stage for everything that follows. We explore why accounting exists, who uses financial information, and how it shapes decisions at every level of the economy, from individual households all the way up to multinational corporations. In Chapter 2, Introduction to Financial Statements, we meet the 4 core financial statements for the very first time. You will learn what the income statement, balance sheet, statement of retained earnings, and statement of cash flows actually tell us and why each one serves a distinct and critical purpose. Chapter 3, Analyzing and Recording Transactions, is where the hands-on work begins. We break down the accounting equation, introduce debits and credits, and walk through how every single business transaction gets recorded in a journal and then posted to a ledger. Chapter 4, The Adjustment Process, tackles one of the trickiest concepts for beginners. Not all financial activity shows up neatly at the end of a period. We cover accruals, deferrals, and how adjusting entries make sure your financial statements reflect what actually happened during a given time frame. Chapter 5, Completing the Accounting Cycle, brings everything together. From preparing an adjusted trial balance to creating closing entries and starting fresh for the next period, this chapter shows you the full rhythm of the accounting process from start to finish. In Chapter 6, Merchandising Transactions, we shift focus to companies that actually sell physical products. You will learn how to account for inventory purchases, sales, returns, and discounts, and how a merchandising income statement looks different from a service-based one. Chapter 7, Accounting Information Systems, explores how modern businesses use technology to manage their financial data. We discuss special journals, subsidiary ledgers, and how accounting software streamlines processes that used to take days of manual work. Chapter 8, Fraud, Internal Controls, and Cash, is one of the most important chapters in the entire course. We cover how fraud happens, how internal control systems are designed to prevent it, and how cash, the most vulnerable asset any business has, gets properly managed and reconciled. Chapter 9, Accounting for Receivables, dives into the money that customers owe your business. We look at how to record accounts receivable, how to estimate and account for customers who may never pay, and how notes receivable work when credit is extended over a longer period of time. Chapter 10, Inventory, goes deep on one of the biggest assets for product-based businesses. We compare inventory costing methods, including FIFO, LIFO, and weighted average, and explain how your choice of method directly impacts your reported profits and taxes. In Chapter 11, Long-Term Assets, we explore property, equipment, and intangible assets like patents and trademarks. You will understand how these assets are recorded when purchased, how depreciation spreads their cost over time, and what happens when they are eventually sold or retired. Chapter 12, Current Liabilities, covers the obligations a company needs to settle within the next year. From accounts payable and accrued expenses to payroll liabilities and short-term notes, this chapter makes sure you understand what a company owes and when. Chapter 13, Long-Term Liabilities, steps back to look at the bigger financial obligations that extend beyond 1 year. We break down bonds payable, how interest is calculated and recorded, and why companies choose long-term debt as a strategy for funding growth. Chapter 14, Corporation Accounting, focuses on the unique financial structure of corporations. You will learn about issuing common and preferred stock, declaring dividends, treasury stock, and how the stockholders' equity section of the balance sheet tells the story of ownership. Chapter 15, Partnership Accounting, shifts focus to a different business structure entirely. We look at how partnerships are formed, how profits and losses get divided among partners, and what happens to the books when a partner joins or leaves the business. And finally, Chapter 16, Statement of Cash Flows, wraps up the course with one of the most powerful and often misunderstood financial statements. You will learn how to classify cash activities as operating, investing, or financing, and why a profitable company can still run out of cash if this statement is ignored. So what will you actually be able to do after completing this full playlist? You will be able to read and interpret real financial statements with confidence. You will understand how every business transaction flows through the accounting system, from the initial journal entry all the way to the published financials. You will know how to detect weaknesses in internal controls, evaluate different inventory and depreciation methods, and understand the financial differences between sole proprietorships, partnerships, and corporations. Whether you want to invest smarter, run a tighter business, land an accounting role, or simply stop feeling lost when financial topics come up, this course gives you that foundation. Now here's what I need from you. This is a full chapter-by-chapter series, and new videos are being added regularly. If you do not want to miss a single lesson, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Every chapter builds on the one before it, so staying in order is going to make a real difference in how well everything clicks. We are starting from the very beginning, and there is no prior knowledge required. All you need is curiosity and the willingness to show up. Let's get started.